Bronco fans, welcome to today's Western Michigan Spring Practice Report. As always, we have Coach Fleck here. Coach Fleck, we're going to talk about something that is a favorite subject of yours, wide receivers.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, we're going to be talking with Jamie Wilson. Obviously, he had success as a freshman. What does he need to do to improve from that lofty height that he had as a freshman?
You're going to hate me, but learn. And that's the one thing Jamie's got to continue to grow in. Learn coverages, learn how to read coverage on the run, play with his eyes. Jamie's a natural athlete, just a gifted athlete. But our job is to be able to take that athleticism, train it in certain techniques that are going to give him an advantage, and then just train him to be able to play with his eyes. Because what we do, a lot of things are based off what you see. Here's what we're going to do. It's based off instinct. It's based off reacting. And that's where we've got to develop Jamie. It's more of the mental part of the game instead of the physical. But like I said, we're still working on the techniques with him daily.
What are the coaching staff learning, or you specifically, about the receiving corps that we had?
They're young. They are young. They're very young. Whether you're a senior or whether you're a freshman, they're young in their development. And that's where we come in. And that's why our staff has pounded home the fundamentals and techniques that have, that have made this game what it is. And especially at that position, it's so technical, and a lot of people don't understand it. They just think you go out there and you catch the ball, you block a little bit, and you call it a day. It's so technical, and there's so many angles, there's so many variables. But again, our guys are doing a tremendous job of it, and our coaching staff's really working hard in terms of getting everything taught. And they're making progress on a daily basis. They really are. I'm really proud of that group.
During practice sessions, do you kind of notice yourself maybe paying a little bit more attention to wide receivers because that was your position? Or
I don't know if I call it more attention. I would just say I probably walk by there a little bit more than most. But I think Luke Getze, who's our wide receivers coach, does a tremendous job of demanding exactly what we want, how we want it done. And Luke has been a phenomenal student to sit down and just, as I hired him, we just talked back and forth about wide receiver play, and he was so he was just willing to learn. And because he's been a coordinator before as well, and I tell you what, he's got a lot of energy, and the players really respond well to him. I'm really looking forward to that group blossoming throughout the year because they are very talented, but just a little underdeveloped, and that's where we come in.
Speaking of Coach Getze, what perspective does he bring as a college quarterback?
Well, I think he sees it in a whole different picture. He sees the whole picture instead of just what the receiver sees. I think when you get caught in just a receiver part, a lot of times you can just see half of the field, and you don't really know how everything intertwines. Well, he knows how everything intertwines. He knows why X, Y, and Z happen to make A, B, C happen. And it's interesting to get his point of view, and our players are very blessed to have him with them because they get the whole picture, and they learn the answer why. They learn the question why, but they get the answer why. A lot of times in coaching, they never get why. It's just, what do you do? What's my assignment? Memorize it. Coach Getze gives you a why, and I think that's really interesting. That stems from Coach Shiraka, and our whole coaching philosophy is answer the question why. Always ask the question why.
Final question, obviously Bronco fans are going to know, how is Timmy Keith doing this spring, and how does he look to you?
He's doing phenomenal. He's still a little ways away of going full speed, but he's doing a tremendous job. Mentally, I think he's kind of captured that group a little bit as being the leader of that group. He's out there by himself on different days, and you could just see him just trying to get back to where he was and then obviously take his game to another level. He's at a little disadvantage right now because he's getting all the techniques and everything, but he's not able to do them through that team periods and things like that. We're holding him back just a little bit to give him a few weeks more of recovery and being smart with him. But he's starting to be able to put it all together. And once he hits team and 7-on-7 and everything else and he starts hitting it, then he's going to be able to put it all together. And I think you're going to see him kind of snowball, with a lot more speed and development. But we're really happy that he's here, really proud of him, and really happy with his progress, medically.
All right, thank you, Coach. Next up, we'll be talking with 2012 MAC Freshman of the Year, Jamie Wilson. We're back. Now we have 2012 MAC Freshman of the Year, Jamie Wilson. Jamie, when you hear MAC Freshman of the Year and the success you had last year, what does it make you think of, and what does it make you think you need to do to repeat that?
Just come out here every day, work harder than I did last year, and try and do some of the same things I did last year, but some similar, to raise my game to another level.
How has practice been going for you so far, 2 weeks into spring season?
It's been going very well. I'm doing a lot of learning right now since we got new coaches, and I'm learning the system. And like Coach, he's been big on break foot, drive foot with us, so that's one of the big things I've been working on.
Coach Getzey is your position coach. He was a quarterback in college. Does that help giving a new perspective to you receivers?
Yes, it helps a lot because he knows like where we're supposed to be in certain routes, when the ball supposed to be thrown, and when we're supposed to come out of our breaks and things like that.
This coming Saturday is going to be our first official scrimmage. We have mini scrimmages throughout each practice, but Saturday is the first official. What do you feel you personally need to continue to work on to kind of prove yourself and show success this Saturday?
Coming out of my breaks clean, catching the ball with my hands, getting lined up faster, and things like that.
Final question: what are you enjoying about the spring practice? You guys there seems to be a different level of energy at practice. What are you enjoying most about it?
The intensity of the practice on both sides.
Simple answer, great answer. I want to thank Jamie Wilson. I want to thank Coach Fleck. This has been our Western Michigan Football Spring Practice Report. Row the boat.